Home renovations can be costly, and a builder's quote can give you quite a fright, but there is a way to get that perfect home at a price that you can afford. Whether it's creating a gorgeous garden from scratch, shopping around for the best kitchen bargains, there's an 85% discount.
85%?
Yeah. Or building a loft conversion for half the price. You can save yourself a fortune by doing a lot of the graft and the unattractive work.
Yep.
I'm on a mission to save Britain's homeowners thousands of pounds on their builds. The bottom line is, if you want to save money, then you've got to fix it yourself. I'm off to see David and Annie Holmes. He's a quantity surveyor and she's a posture therapist. They've spent many years creating a lovely house and garden, but could never decide what to do with their tired old garage. That wasn't until one winter when they were forced to make a decision.
The story starts when we had all the really bad weather here and we were actually marooned for about 2 weeks and couldn't get a car out the drive. When the snow started to melt, I decided to start a car up early in the morning and get all the ice and snow off it. But Annie had left it in gear, so it then promptly shot off at about 40 miles an hour, demolishing the front of the garage.
So I came running downstairs and outside to see David literally tearing his hair out, and I'm afraid all I could do was laugh.
So now the garage needs a refit, and Annie's got just the plan.
We would like Tommy's help in converting our garage into a summer house that we can use for my work and also for our leisure time. Good morning, Tommy. Nice to meet you. I'm Annie. Lovely to see you.
Hello, David. Good morning, Tommy. Nice to meet you as well.
You've got a bit of a task for me.
We have indeed, yes. Yeah, we need your help on this one. It's a bit of a tricky one.
Ah, here we are.
This is it.
Yes, this is it.
Yes. Pretty uninspiring at the moment.
Yes.
And this is the culprit, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the culprit, not her.
After you, madam.
Thank you. So here we are.
I could see this being transformed into a good space.
Yeah.
David and Annie want to create a multi-use building. The size will remain the same, but the flat roof will be replaced by a pitched one. 4 skylights will make it light and airy, and a secondary inner wall is needed to insulate the building. Quite an ambitious project for a DIYer. So you're going to do all this yourself?
With the help of a builder. I've known him for donkey's years, and he's good and reliable and a good friend as well, so...
OK, so this builder, has he given you a quote?
He has, yep. Total budget about 16,000.
That's not particularly unreasonable for what you're going to do. You're going to create a great building.
Yep.
But there's a problem. The £16,000 quote is only for the new roof and secondary wall. On top of that, they've got the cost of fitting out all of the interior, which will be at least another 10 grand, taking the total bill to 25,000. And David and Annie only have a budget of £20,000. If they want to cut the cost of their build by 5 grand, they're going to have to tackle some of the labour-intensive jobs themselves. The first area where they can save money is the roof.
We're going to put a pitch roof up with a sort of open cathedral-type ceiling.
That's called a vaulted ceiling.
Vaulted ceiling,
right,
yeah,
OK. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They'll bank an instant 350 quid on this job by stripping off the flat roof ahead of the builder and cutting the new rafters. Insulating and installing heating is another possible saving. Now, this is a single-skin construction.
Yes.
Built as a garage, very simply done.
Yeah.
So thermally very inefficient.
Yes.
To create the right ambience and the right setting, it will need to be warm. So you'll need to have insulation and you'll need to have a secondary wall. Would you consider underfloor heating?
I don't think it's going to be too cold out here, but I hadn't really gone that far to thinking what the underfloor
This is from a man who told me that they couldn't get out for 3 weeks because of the knee-deep in snow, and when you attempted to, you drove the car through the whole building. So it doesn't get very cold out here in the winter.
I take your point. What you're saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, really. You might be right.
If David helps his builder with the brickwork and lays the underfloor heating, he can slash up to 900 quid off the cost of these jobs.
We also want something that's got a bit of storage in here as well, because in the house we've got no storage area whatsoever.
The finishing touches are where the biggest savings will come in. If David builds the storage himself, lays the flooring and decorates the whole area, he'll save a whopping £3 grand.
Pitching the roof I really fancy doing. Anything to do with the floor. I'm fairly practically minded, so I think I can tackle most things with a bit of expert tuition.
David's up for the challenge. But to make all these savings, it needs to be a team effort. We need to work out what Annie can bring to the build. What is the most difficult DIY job you've ever done?
I've never done one in my life. That's how difficult it was.
Right.
No, I'm not expecting that I'm going to learn any new skills necessarily.
I think, on the contrary, I think you will.
So?
Yeah. I think you need a clipboard, and I think you're very astute and clued up, and I think you'd be a good guide for David. But that would also mean that you'd be in charge of the soft finishing, like the decoration.
Yes.
All that. I'll show him how to shop around for deals and save a fortune on fixtures and fittings. But before we get started, I need to take a close look at the existing garage foundations to see if they're strong enough to support the new structure. We're going to dig a trial hole outside to try and determine the depth and strength of the foundations. What we find below ground will have a massive impact on what David and Annie decide to do above. Then they can make the decision whether they're going to renovate this and refurbish this existing building, or if the foundations ain't strong enough, how they're going to go about building a new one and demolishing this and starting again. Now, I'm going to dig the trial hole here because it seems as good a spot as any, especially on a corner, because normally corners take weight.
Yep.
But you'll need to do at least 2. Did you put all this gravel down, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, is there a membrane underneath it?
Yes.
And a concrete path underneath it as well?
Ah, forgot about that.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that, did you, when I was choosing?
I forgot all about that.
Oh, God. Yes. To break up the path, we need to use a pneumatic drill and my heavy-duty petrol breaker. Both bits of kit cost around 30 quid a day to hire. Is it going to be one of those days, David, you think?
It's quite quiet, that machine, isn't it?
Oh, down with rain. Isn't it amazing how quick it changes?
It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, we can't stand here admiring it, David.
No.
We've got to get back
come
out
on
there.
then. OK then.
There isn't a standard depth for foundations, as each build is unique. But these look in pretty good shape to me, so all David will need to do is get them signed off by the building inspector. Now we can get going with our first saving, stripping off the old roof. I bet you wonder why I brought this shovel up.
Yes. There goes the friendly bit.
If I lift that back, look at that. Strip all this felt off first, that's the easy part.
Yep.
And then with these, all you have to do, get the bar in, put that on the joist, use it as a shoulder to lever, up she comes.
OK.
And then just tap the nails through.
Yep.
And this timber and the joists in there, they're all in good condition.
Yep.
That can all be reused in the build. Before I come back for my next visit, there are a couple of other jobs they can take on. First and foremost, clear the space inside.
Yep.
Now you've got a little consumer unit, electrics in here.
Mm-hmm.
Take a piece of scrap timber, make a box to protect that.
Yep.
So the electrics are covered.
Yep.
How is that, Annie, Mrs. Manager?
Yes, fine, I've got it all.
Lovely. All the effort that you put in, everything you do is a saving. So the more effort you put in, the more you save. I'm going to head off now.
Yep.
So you've got your list.
Been a
Right,
good
it's
day.
been great meeting you today.
Thanks, Tommy.
Coming up, David and Annie get started on their conversion. But they won't save a penny if Annie can't even get up on the roof.
Oh, my God, I don't like this very much.
And David's struggling to keep up with his bricking.
I'm better actually just let him get on and do the work himself.
David and Annie Holmes have always wanted to transform their single-storey garage into a useful room, but could never decide what to do with it until David had an accident that changed everything.
I took off like a rocket and took 2 garage doors out the central pillar, the back of the garage, the lock.
In an instant, I think, if I'm honest, I saw the opportunity.
Now they want to convert the space into a sunroom for David and a consulting room for Annie, who's a therapist helping people with their posture. This build should cost 25 grand, but they've only got 20. So to cut costs, they're going to have to take on some of the jobs themselves. And I'm going to show them how. All the effort that you put in, everything you do is a saving. So the more effort you put in, the more you save. The first money-saving job I've given them is stripping that old roof, instantly saving 200 quid in labour costs.
Yeah, I probably would have been better off if you'd come up first, but anyway. No, it's OK. Oh, my God. I don't like this very much.
Well,
no,
David,
moving. But you're moving it and I'm getting frightened now. We may have hit a slight problem. I'm not very good with heights at all.
Annie's fear of heights is proving an issue. They really need to get going because there's a lot to get done today.
I'm feeling absolutely petrified.
I'm holding the ladder, he's not going to go
Can I
anywhere.
not come up the side of the house there? That would be better for me.
I don't think it'd be any easier for you to get up the side of the house.
I think it would.
Well, you will not get any nearer the ground than that.
Hooray!
Geronimo.
Oh, what a relief. What's the first thing that we're going to do
We are
here,
going
then?
to scrape
Right, OK.
this off.
First job is to remove all the moss that's built up over the years.
So how long do you think this might take us, then?
I don't know. Half a day.
Once all the moss is off, then it's time to get rid of the old felt.
Oh, this is getting exciting, isn't it?
And next, the old timber's off the roof. Once the planks are off, they need to remove all the nails if they want to reuse or recycle the timbers.
I have to say that hitting a nail is a lot more difficult than I anticipated. That is hitting the nail in the centre to push it through.
It's a lot more difficult than hitting me, anyway.
Saving money doesn't necessarily come easy.
But it's mighty hard work denailing them, lifting them up and carrying them.
Even though it's been hard graft, Annie can start to see the potential.
This space is going to work very, very well. Very well. With this aspect of nature and the light that's going to come into this room, it's going to just give it the most wonderful energy. I think people will enjoy coming here.
David gets the last timbers off the roof just before the sun goes down. It's been a long day.
It was a bigger job than I expected. I mean, I thought we would actually get that roof off, the timbers, in maybe a couple of hours, but I will certainly sleep very well tonight. I don't think I've ever felt so tired physically as I do tonight.
With the roof off, it's time to build the secondary wall, which will help insulate the building. David's been quoted £1 grand for the job by his builder Dick, but I want him to work as his labourer to save time and money.
Anything I can do to help here?
You can saw a block for
Yeah, just a job for me, that is. They were easy until I got the cuts crooked. Not quite as quick as you, but I'm getting there. How many of these do you want cutting, Dick? 6, bloody hell.
While Dick's racing ahead, David's only managed to saw a few blocks.
Having seen the pace Dick works at this morning, I can help him do the little job, but really, I'm just actually slowing him down, so I'm better actually just letting him get on and do the work himself.
David's not going to save any money at this rate, and he needs to get stuck in, even if it takes him longer than the professionals. When I last left David and Annie, I left them a huge task in the demolitions of the roof. And when I go back today, hopefully, I'll be able to help them start putting the new one back on. Let's see how they get on. Well, you've certainly cracked on since I was here last.
Yeah,
Good, isn't it?
an awful lot's happened in the last couple of weeks. It's really good.
The old roof's gone, the steelwork's gone up ready for the new roof rafters, and the old roof timbers were recycled for a friend's decking. The secondary wall's in place, and even the building inspector's been here to sign it all off. Did you lay any of the block?
I didn't actually lay any blocks, no. No, you didn't trust me too much. He said he wasn't paying me enough for that.
I'm a little bit concerned because David and Annie are relying far too much on Dick, and that's not good for the budget. I want them to realise they can make a huge saving if they cut the roofing themselves, and that's what I'm going to show them how to do today. When cutting the roof rafters, there are a few simple rules to follow. I've always found the best way to do it is to draw it out in real size. Now, down this end here, as I walk it in, this is your front wall, okay, that sits on top that you're going to attach the rafter to. This is the centre of the building. This is the RSJ, the steel, which I've drawn in at the correct height. And then the rafter must go between there, that point, and the wall plate down there.
Okay.
Once we've drawn that out, we lay the piece of timber on, transfer those marks to the timber, and then we cut it. There's the wall plate. Once you've got this cut, this becomes your master, and everything cuts to this. But before you do that, you must, once you've drawn it, take it up and test it.
Right.
This is the moment of truth. How's that, Dick?
That's perfect.
Spot on! Always check it fits each of the corners. Dave, you want to take that over there? Yep. And then we'll test that in, and then we'll try the other side. We've now got our template for the rest of the roof rafters. Right, the last one. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's perfect. Let me put a big M on this for master. Now I've shown them how to cut a master, I want to see if David and Annie are up to the rest. Right, now what I want to do is show you how to use the master to mark out that one, and then I want you to cut one for me.
Right. I have never cut a piece of wood in my entire life.
Really?
Never.
Fantastic. So this is something new for you today.
Yeah.
There's my pencil.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you mark it.
So close in.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And you've never ever cut?
Never. Never done anything.
Well, let me
like
just
this.
start you off. Put your hand flat, and I put my thumb over there, and it's just a guide to keep the saw blade straight. Right. And you pull back a couple of times to yourself to get started.
Okay.
So there you go. That's it. Very good. You know, for someone who's cut a piece of wood for the first time, I've got to say, you're very good. Mm.
Well, I like a challenge, I have to say.
It's just the 3 fingers that are left that's a bit of a giveaway. Cool, you must be nearly there.
Hey!
Well done. Look at that. Let me look at that cut. That is the perfect cut. I'm looking at that, and I'm going to give you 9 out of 10.
Oh, thank you, Tommy.
Well done.
Oh, no, I'm
and I have no problem now leaving this to you guys.
Yeah.
Take your time and cut them, you know, nice and gently. Next time I come back, I should imagine I'll see all that roof on it. It'll look great.
You will.
Well, good luck, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Tommy.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Over to you.
Right, OK, my turn.
Well, there you go. Who would have thought that, eh? Did you see her cut that bird's mouth joint? That was better than my cut. I think I might have competition, you know. Annie's done brilliantly today, and David's feeling inspired to cut the rest of the roof rafters. And he's going to fix them with his chippy Mark.
OK, Mark, what can I do for you today and to help out?
Well, we've got 26 common rafters, which are the full-length rafters.
Yep.
If you spread them out evenly, 13 each side, against the scaffolding,
OK.
and then we'll pull them up together.
I think we've made a saving today because obviously Mark hasn't had to employ an assistant to help him. I've been doing his labouring and running around, etc.
David's right. Cutting and fitting the rafters just saved them 150 quid to add to the 200 they saved on stripping off the old roof. and it's shown them that they can have an impact on their budget. Now the build is well underway, I want to take David and Annie shopping to show them how to look for bargains on their materials, like the underfloor heating and the flooring.
And I brought you here because we've got some real nice flooring on show.
This is lovely.
Yeah?
There's lots to choose from, but first we need to think about the underfloor heating.
Essentially, there are two systems. There's a wet system and there's a dry system. The wet system is pipes that run through the floor with hot water going through them. Now, with a dry system, which is basically an electric mat, on an existing floor, you put this insulated mat down here, and then, of course, you put the electric mat in on top, and then you put a latex over the top of it to make it solid, and then you would put your flooring over the top of that. This is what you've got to think about with a wet system. Number one, it's quite a major job to install. It's quite expensive to install because you might have to upgrade your boiler.
Yep.
And the most important thing when you're using it is it has to be well insulated. If not, you'll lose all your heat out of the building.
Well, it sounds as if all the savings that we've made to be able to get underfloor heating, we'd lose if we did that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I think so. The dry option sounds favourite to me.
Yeah.
That was easy. Choosing the floor itself might be a bit trickier.
This is what I call cognac oak. So, well, how much is that? A lot, yeah, nearly £50 a metre. You need a real stiff cognac if you're going to buy it.
We'd be sitting down as well.
Wooden flooring's popular, but I want David and Annie to consider another option.
I think you'll be very interested when you see the selection here. This is porcelain on the floor. You'll never wear this out.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It's very easy to clean and it's virtually maintenance-free, you know, because it's so hard. Price-wise, entry level for porcelain is around £30 per square metre.
Okay.
But a top Tommy tip is ask to have a look in the warehouse. And when you go in the warehouse, have a look and see if they've got any end of lines. You know?
Okay.
The end of range stock, you might be able to buy some fantastic porcelain stone at a bargain price. Yeah. See if it's going to fit with your budget. And that's the way to get a bargain.
Okay.
Whether they pick stone or timber, I hope they remember my advice to ask for end-of-line deals and shop around for bargains.
Well, I don't think we're actually totally decided what type of flooring we're going to have as yet, but one thing I think we are fairly certain about is the underfloor heating. But I think we might well see if we can get a bit of a deal on some end-of-line tiles or even the timber, but we're going to need to do a bit of research next week or so, I think.
Coming up, David and Annie roll up their sleeves and start making some serious savings.
I can basically finish off all the job myself now and save quite a lot of money, hopefully.
And David's DIY skills are tested to the limits.
What the hell's going on here?
David and Annie's garage conversion has been underway for 6 weeks, and it's really beginning to take shape.
Well, you've certainly cracked on since I was here last.
Yeah.
They want a work studio and sunroom. Trouble is, that comes with a hefty 25 grand price tag, and they've only got 20 to spend. I've shown them how to reduce their bill by doing some of the hard graft themselves.
Way!
Well done. Look at that, look at that.
But they still need to save 5 grand. They've had the builders fit the skylight windows, but the outside of the building isn't complete. Today, Dave is assisting his Tyler Dickey to speed things up and save money.
Right, David, if you can just get, you hook them on the batten like that.
Yep.
And you put 2 nails in each one, yeah?
Okay.
Some of them might be a little bit longer.
Yep.
So you just lift them up and nail them.
Okay.
All right? And then
And 2 nails in each, is it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Every tile David fixes himself is a saving.
See, I could do this all day long. Lovely job.
Can I have a go at this?
Yeah, you sure can. Yeah.
That's not very good. Oh, no, look what I've done. Do you want to take
I have
over
a go?
from here? I think it's probably a better idea.
Okay.
This looks wonderful. We're getting so close now to being watertight, and I think that's when all the fun's going to start, don't you?
I think so.
Annie's happy to leave David to finish the tiling on the outside, while she thinks about savings on the inside.
I think I'm more in my domain here, project managing and having looked to see what needs to be done next and everything, rather than banging nails into tiles that are breaking apart.
Annie's decided that David, with his new enthusiasm for DIY, can take on the plasterboarding and the painting of the interior. And she's even up for having a go at a massive money-saving job.
The underfloor heating is something that we completely by surprise have found out that we can do ourselves. And then the other thing, which is extremely exciting for us, is we decided to go for the wood flooring. And it's definitely something that we can do together, and we can see a lot of money being saved in this part of the project.
So I've got to stop in a minute, I guess, and leave you a few cuts to do, don't I?
Just put a couple more on and
Yep.
I'll do the...
Okay, mate. Great stuff.
Right, lovely.
If David lays the wood floor, he'll slash 800 quid off his bill. And Annie can save even more if she can get them a deal.
Hi there. Yep, I'm looking for an engineered hardwood oak flooring with a beveled edge.
The trick is never take the asking price and always see what freebies you can get thrown in. And most importantly, shop around.
£65 a square metre? Gosh, that's awfully expensive. Would you throw the underlay in for that?
OK, well, thanks very much for your help.
Annie's on her way to getting a good deal on the flooring. It takes another week for Dave and Annie's builder to make the exterior watertight. Now the concrete floor is down and Annie's chosen the flooring, it's time for him to crack on with her list of money-saving jobs inside. First on the list is to finish plasterboarding the inside edges around the skylight.
It's a bit fiddly cutting round these bits and pieces, but it should be okay. I don't really like working off scaffold, particularly when it feels like it's a wobbly castle at the moment. It would help if I didn't feel like I was going to fall off the scaffold at any time.
Hello, darling. I've just brought you a cup of tea.
Oh,
How's it
fantastic.
going?
It's going okay. It's quite tricky, quite involved. To get it all lined and level down the reveal so it's nice and even and square is not that simple.
A couple of weeks later, the plasterboarding's complete throughout, and the builders have put the French doors in. Now David's got to finish the painting before he makes a start on the underfloor heating.
I can basically finish off all the job myself now and save quite a lot of money, hopefully. That's the first bit. We got the insulation down the floor now, so the next thing to do is to lay out these heating mats, just work out the layout, how it actually goes and what the connections are.
Underfloor heating's not difficult to install if you follow the instructions.
The next thing we've got to do is put the insulating layer stroke vapour barrier. So it's intended to allow the heat to go through to the floor and also to keep any moisture away from the underfloor heating and the timber.
Finally, the timbers need to be cut to fit and slotted together.
No, this isn't right, is it? Hang on. So not right. Which is the cut edge then? I'm going mad here, aren't I? The two cut edges here. What the hell's going on here?
You have got two cut edges,
I've cut the
haven't you?
wrong bit again, haven't I? I don't know what I've done wrong there, how I've got that wrong. Oh, I'm sorry, I've messed you up completely there. I beg your pardon, it's my fault.
Despite a few hiccups, David pulls out all the stops to finish off the floor while his chippy builds the frame for their storage units. It's been a tough few days, but it's been worth it, as all this hard graft is starting to pay off. They slashed £150 off their tiling bill, 75 quid off their plasterboarding, £350 off their decorating. Laying the underfloor heating themselves saved them 950 quid. And by getting a deal on their flooring and laying it themselves, they just saved a whopping £1,500. They're on the way to saving enough money to come in on budget.
Well, I'm back at David and Annie's, and David wants to create some concealed storage. So I brought along all my woodworking kit, and I'm going to show him a few tips of the trade. Good morning, David.
Hi, Tommy. How you doing? Nice to see you again. Yeah.
Wow, this has come on fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah, a few changes since last time we came.
So I'm here today to help you make up this concealed storage.
Yeah, the final bit of the jigsaw, really.
A big pile of MDF on the floor.
Yeah.
So I presume these are the doors.
Yeah, the idea was to have a wall that looked like a wall without the doors being obvious.
The only thing you have to remember with MDF, it doesn't hinge like a normal door. No. So these doors will have to sit like a panelled wall on the front of this.
That's exactly what I'm hoping to achieve.
Without a doorknob or a door handle.
Yep.
What I suggest, you just cut a section out that you just tuck your fingers in, but to the eye from outside, you can't see it. It's like a secret handle.
David's chippy built a frame for only 100 quid, and David will save 600 by fitting the doors himself. But it's crucial that we make them look uniform.
To make this look proper designed rather than a mismatch, you have to have the parallel lines the same all the way around the door. The gap between one door and the floor and the top of the thing and the next door should be exactly the same. So in order to get all these doors right, because you've got 8 of them, you set out a rod, and all that is really is a scrap of wood, and I've actually written everything on the timber. You've got the skirting, and I've written skirting on it so you'll know. So then what I've done also, which is important, is I've marked the hinge positions on. I've marked it where the finger handle's going to go.
Okay.
Now, if you apply this outside to all them sheets, every time you apply this, then you can't be wrong.
Once we've used the guide to mark out measurements on the MDF sheets, we cut the doors.
Now we get to the more interesting part for you. We're going to have to use these hinges, same ones you use on your kitchen cabinet, and then they're concealed, so when the doors are shut, it doesn't look like a door.
It's important all hinges are in the right position on the door, and I've made up a template to help us.
You put it into there, and if we line up, see like the cross lines, a bit like a sniper. Now that's central. Now what we got on here, I'll take that out, this is a hinge cutter. And see, it's got these tungsten tip side edges and a blade across here. Take your time. So put the cutter in. Make sure you've got this vertical. And then just go nice and slowly. That's it.
Then it's a case of screwing the hinges into the door and the brackets for the hinges onto the frame. Finally, we chisel out the hidden handle and sand it off, but we need to wear masks because of the MDF particles.
What we should do now is take this and pop it up into position. Should we stand her up?
Yep.
See, well, it needs a little bit of adjustment. Once you've got all the doors hanging, adjust them all together. And then number the doors.
Yes.
The tip to number them is to number them on this bit here.
Okay.
So you know which door goes well.
Okay.
Where. Take them off. Just paint them, decorate them, get everything ready, then pop them back on.
Okay.
Right. I'll see you again soon and good luck with that.
Thank you, Tommy. Cheers. Thanks so much for your help.
Well, I've helped David and Annie with their concealed storage, but the hard work's not over yet. But what they have to work out is how they're going to complete all that space on their restricted budget.
We're on the home straight now. I still think we got 4 furlongs and a couple of difficult fences to get over, but we're on the run in anyway, so we'll get there eventually. But it's looking good, and we've made very good progress today.
Coming up, they're on the home straight, but there's still a lot to do.
There's a lot of doors to paint here, fairly thankless task.
And David and Annie revealed the results of their garage conversion.
This bears no resemblance whatsoever to what we started with.
David and Annie were desperate to convert their flat roof garage into a light and airy studio and summer house. They had a builder's quote of £25,000, but a budget of only 20 grand. Over the last few months, they've put in the hard graft and saved money by doing some of the jobs themselves.
Saving money doesn't come easy.
From stripping off the old flat roof and putting up a new pitched one to laying the wooden floor. But they've still got 3 grand's worth of work to do. And there's only £1,000 left in the pot to pay for the soft furnishings and all the finishing touches. Annie needs some inspiration, so she's roped in her sister Patsy. She runs an interior design consultancy, and today they're going shopping.
It's a little bit more colourful than you expected, but it's just amazing.
It certainly is colourful.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's spectacular.
Can you see David liking that?
No, I don't think David would like that at all. Ah, this is a bit more like it. This is more us, isn't it?
The thing is that this is safe, isn't it? It's gorgeous, and I think this is delightful. I love it. But I think because it's a room on its own and it's got the garden on both sides of it, we could incorporate a bit of colour in there, you know, sort of just a bit of greens and maybe fuchsia pinks and go a bit mental with it, rather than just complete plainness.
One simple design rule is to work with a neutral background and add a splash of colour.
You've got every colour you can think of. I mean, look at this incredible cerise.
It is. I mean, I'd never get away with that.
I think it might not be quite the right colour for you.
No.
You see, here's another example of what can happen if you've got colour on something that's plain. Straight away, that sofa, which is dark, is brought to life by the green.
Well, I agree with you. So you've got me convinced, but there's a couple of things. First of all, how far we go, and also we mustn't forget that we're actually on quite a tight budget.
No, I haven't forgotten that. Unfortunately, I've been spending your money in my head.
Yeah, like you do so well.
While the store has given Annie lots of ideas, it's not the cheapest option if you're on a tight budget. But Patsy's got a solution that might help.
Coming to markets is always such a good idea because you can pick up some incredible bargains. I mean, things that look exactly like the things that you'd buy in certain department stores. I mean, these type of string curtains are actually incredibly effective when they're up. So if you doubled them up, it would give you a lot of privacy at the patio doors, and they're cheap as chips. You know, you don't have to spend an awful lot of money on expensive fabrics making and stuff like that to have a really great look. I mean, look at this, £2.95 a metre. If you buy lots of this and you just drape it, you know, it gives you options to look at. It's so cheap.
And then you've got this variety of colours.
You've got lovely colours, you know.
I like the prices here for sure.
I bet you do.
Yes, I do.
So anyway.
I'm coming back in a few days to see the finished build, so Annie needs to make a decision pretty quick. And David still has 6 doors and 32 inches to go before the storage is complete.
Well, this painting is a bit like painting the Forth Road Bridge. When you get to the end of one, you have to start on the next one. So there's a lot of doors to paint here. Fairly thankless task, but we'll do it.
Oh, that is going to look fantastic.
Last time it was at David and Annie's build, it looked more like a carpenter's workshop than a luxury studio space. So I'm hoping when I go back there today, they'll have transformed that dingy old flat roof garage into something wonderful.
After David accidentally drove Annie's Mini into their disused garage, they decided to convert it into a summer house and workspace for Annie, who's a posture therapist. 3 months on, and I'm keen to see the results.
Wow, this is fantastic. It looks even more impressive
Like
once
it.
you're inside. This bears no resemblance whatsoever to what we started with.
It's good, isn't it? We're very, very pleased with it.
It's like a little house, isn't it?
I know. You'd actually want to move in here and live in here, wouldn't you?
When I first came into this space, it was a typical dark and dirty garage. Now it's been transformed into a wonderful open space.
What I really like is the amount of natural light you've got in here. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, the roof lights were a really good idea.
You get quite a unique light coming through roof lights,
Yeah.
you know?
The old flat roof was replaced with a pitched one, and the vaulted ceiling and skylights allow plenty of natural light. This was a cold and damp space. Now it's been insulated by a secondary wall, and the underfloor heating brings warmth underfoot. The wooden floor adds the finishing touch.
It's a beautiful oak floor, it's lovely. Did you find a problem with it, or was it easy to do?
It was easy. Cutting around the doors was a bit more difficult, but generally the thing went down very easily.
You've done a great job. And the decoration is very neutral, again, adding to the light and airy feel you've got. And that also allows you to be a little bit outrageous with your furniture selection.
Yes, this actually is my sister, who's an interior designer and painter and artist. She just suggested that David and I might be just a little conservative. She very kindly gave us this painting that we have behind the settee and everything. And
is that one of her paintings?
It is one of her paintings, yes.
Tell you what.
It's an oil painting, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's fabulous. And she was absolutely spot on.
She was, wasn't she? Yeah.
Right from the outset, this was to be a dual-purpose room,
Yes.
so that both of you can have what you want. Have you achieved that?
Yes.
We got the room that's the storage facility, plus we've got a lovely area for Annie to work in now. So,
And also somewhere for you to sit outside the house.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
Annie now has a relaxing area to treat her clients, and they've still got plenty of space for the storage they desperately needed.
The storage has come out great, hasn't it?
Oh, it's
very,
wonderful.
very pleased with it.
Wonderful.
Much better than we ever expected it would be.
So you seem to come into your own more towards the end of the job than possibly at the beginning.
That's absolutely true. I was actually thinking when we started this job it would be the other way around, that when the roof was going on, that would be the point where I got involved in the job. But as it's turned out, this is where I've really spent most of my time and saved the money.
On the finishes?
Yeah, on the finishes, yeah, definitely.
Well, I think it's got panache, it's got quality finish, and it does everything you set out for it to do in the beginning. It's very stylised, really nice. But the one thing, though, that we haven't talked about yet is the money.
The cost of David and Annie's garage conversion should have been in the region of £25,000. On the construction side of the build, they only managed to save 700 quid and ended up paying their builder a whopping 15 grand. And the skylights cost £2,400. But the real savings were in the interior of the build. By fixing it themselves, David slashed over £350 on decorating, 950 quid off the underfloor heating, and a whopping £1,500 off their flooring by laying it themselves and getting a deal on the materials. Building the concealed storage saved David over £1 grand. And Annie shopped around for bargains and borrowed some of her sister's furnishings, making a massive £1,200 saving. The total cost of the project came to £19,722, so they saved over £5 grand.
That's a 20% saving, which is great, well done. And it just goes to show you that if you make a commitment, that you can save real money. Hey! This is the good bit, you know.
It is, I know, I can't wait.
So on that note, I can say congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy that space.
And we'd like to thank you so very much for your help, and we couldn't have done this without you.
No, that's right. You thoroughly enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
It'll be good fun.
Wow, what a transformation from a dingy old garage into this wonderful space. It just goes to show you, though, if you're prepared to do it yourself, you can have what you want at a price you can afford.
The actual final finished building is beyond our wildest dreams in terms of how it actually looks. And to have done that within our budget of 20,000, which was our top whack figure, is even more satisfying, makes it seem even better to me.
I think this space has worked out brilliantly. It couldn't have been better, really.
I've been so proud of him, and I have to say that I'm tremendously grateful to him for giving me this space, really.
Oh, not lovely.
Well, I am.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's lovely.
I am.
I really like that. That's nice. That makes it all worthwhile, that does.
That's lovely.
Yes, it does.
From the Longford estate to the River Wye, we're going on the fly with John Bailey from 12 Midnight on Shed. Before that, more Car Keepers from Mike and Ed in Wheeler Dealers. Next.